Today on Outside the Box Reviews, we're actually doing something a little different. A while ago, I actually ended up getting rid of basically all of my Green Lantern figures, and before I sold them all, I did a review of each and every one of them. I've had them sitting on my computer for a while, and from time to time I've put up one or two, and I've noticed they just don't get too many hits. I guess they're just not popular. I know some of them are kind of older, but whatever it is, they don't get a whole lot of views. I look back, most of my DC figures don't have a great number of views on here. So I decided, instead of just going through all the work to put all the videos together and make individual ones of each, I would just go ahead and do a great purge of all my Green Lantern figures I had left on my computer and make one giant mega review of absolute weirdness. So what follows is just some key highlight points in each figure. I figured I'd try something fun and different, just do kind of a very fast, frantic review on all of them. And hopefully you guys enjoy it. Hello and welcome to another Outside the Box... Wait, that's my old thing. Today on Outside the Box Review, we are taking a look at the DC Universe Wave 11 Katma Tui, the DC Universe Classics Green Lantern Light 5-pack Tomar Ray figure, Green Lantern Classics Wave 1 Kyle Rayner figure, the Green Lantern Classics Wave 1 Manhunter, Green Lantern's Classics Wave 1 Mongol, the Green Lantern Classics Wave 1 Black Lantern Abin Sur, the DC Universe Classics Wave 11 Cyborg Superman, Green Lantern's Classic Wave 1 Sinestro Corps Low and MASH, DC Direct Blackest Night Wave 1 Atrocitus, the DC Direct Blackest Night Series 1 Blue Lantern Saint Walker, the DC Direct Blackest Night Series 3 Larfleeze, the DC Universe Classics Guy Gardner from the Green Lantern's Light 5-pack. Katma is a rarity in the Mattel Green Lantern waves simply because it's a female Green Lantern. She's here, I guess it's supposed to be a shield. She also came with this, I guess it's a sword construct. I am not a fan of this body type. The head sculpt isn't bad. She does have actually a very nicely detailed ring. A swivel head, mid-torso crunch, pin and socket arms, rotate at the upper arm, bend at the elbow, rotate at the wrist, and rotate at the waist, the legs, in and out, side to side, rotation, pretty much right above the knee, bend at the knee, bend at the ankle. It's not a great figure. It really isn't. One of my favorite characters in the Green Lantern comics, little power battery. The head sculpt I think is a little wonky. This whole piece is a soft rubber, so it doesn't really impede articulation. His big chunky green boots, ball jointed head, waist rotation, pin and socket shoulder, rotate the upper arm, bend at the elbow, rotate the wrist. The legs will go forward and back, out to the side, rotate, bend at the knee, bend at the ankle. Highly, highly recommend picking him up. This is the other figure in the set that had never before been released with his lantern. Has a really nice head sculpt. The fin on everyone I've seen has been bent. We got the same body sculpt. It's boring. His head can swivel side to side. This is technically still a ball joint. Crunch the abs, rotate at the waist, pin and socket shoulder, rotate the upper arm, bend at the elbow, swivel at the wrist, side to side, back and forth the legs, rotate at the mid-leg, bend at the knee, bend at the ankle. I would just pass on him. It kind of embodies what I was hoping the Green Lantern Classics line was going to be a little more like. His specific power battery of his construct. It just looks really awesome holding it. The head sculpt is really nice. The ball jointed head, pin socket arms, rotate the upper arm, bend at the elbow, rotate the wrist, bend at the midsection, rotate the waist, legs can go forward and back, out to the side, rotate at the mid-leg, bend at the knee, and bend at the foot. Highly recommend this figure. This guy's kind of a skinnier body, really detracts from the figure. His power battery, the paint on the body is pretty nice. You can swivel the head, pin and socket shoulders, rotate the upper arm, bend at the elbow, rotate the hand, crunch at the mid-torso, rotate the waist, forwards, backwards, out to the side with the legs, rotate at the upper leg, double joint at the knee, bend at the ankle. I'm pretty apathetic about it. They could have made it cooler, they didn't. This Mongol only has one ring. He's got a nice height to him. He just looks really pissed and really scary. It's hard to look like a badass in bubblegum pink, but I think Mongol's pulling it off here. A ball jointed head, pin socket shoulders, rotate the upper arm, bend at the elbow, rotate the wrist, ab crunch. You can rotate the waist, legs can go forward and backwards and out to the side. Rotate on his leg, bend at the knee, bend at the foot. There's a slight swivel. Still a pretty cool figure. I'm really happy with how this figure came out. This guy, they really captured the zombie look. The head sculpt is ridiculous and really well detailed. And the whole figure is built on a thinner body. Your ball jointed head, jointed the middle, pin and socket shoulders, rotated the upper arm, his double jointed elbows, and his wrist will not only swivel, but it will also bend. It rotates at the waist, bends at the legs, in and out, back and forth, rotates at the upper leg, bends at the knee, bends at the ankle. I'd recommend the face is really cool. Glowing red eyes. The cape is the standard Superman cape. The pin and socket shoulder. You can swivel at the upper arm, bend at the elbow, rotate the wrist, or ab crunch, rotate the waist, legs can go forward, back, to the side, rotate at the thigh, bend at the knee, and bend at the ankle. I would recommend this figure. Right here you see him in the Mosh setup, and he also came with the alternate parts to make low. The head sculpt is king on this. He has hands to match it, to make low. I think this is a really neat design as well. These hands are open. I'll give it a slight recommend on here. I think he looks awesome. His power battery, this standard base. I love the paint on this figure. I absolutely love the paint. The head sculpt is ridiculous. This is incredible. He is threatening looking. He is vile looking. Love it. Red ring on a red character. It's just painted the same flesh tone as the rest of them, and there's no distinguishing marks on it, which is very disappointing. Some head articulation, pin and socket shoulders, and bend the elbow. The wrists also rotate. His leg will go forward and back here, and bend at the knee. Sculpting, brilliance. Paint, very nice. Ring, crappy as hell. Articulation, barely enough. I highly recommend him unless you want to put Atrocitus into any pose other than this. For whatever reason, this seems to be a fairly rare figure. I actually found it as a peg warmer with his display stand. He has his power battery. He also comes with a construct of Glomulus. There's a swivel in all four arms, and he could swivel at the legs. The head sculpt's well done. Now, he does have one of the best rings I've seen on a DC Direct figure, but it's still not all that great. His arms are very long. They ball-jointed head, pin socket shoulders, and they might actually be ball-jointed shoulders. You could rotate at the upper arm, jointed at the elbow, rotate at the hand. Here his legs can go forward and back, and you can bend at the knee. I'm going to totally recommend him. But I'm also going to recommend, if you can avoid paying the scalping prices on him, do so. Do so at all costs, because I don't think it's right this thing goes for the type of money he does go for. Very interesting design. His blue power battery. Of his display stand. The head sculpt is pretty nice. There's a very distinct seam up here. There's a swivel head. Ball jointed arms. Bend at the elbow. The legs can go forward and back, and the knee can bend. I don't think I could really recommend Saint Walker. This has been another Outside the Box review. Stay tuned for more to come.